Well, good morning, good morning. I'm Reverend Karen Lewis, and we are in a very special month. It's October, and for some of us, that means Oktoberfest, that's the German in me. But for us here at the New Vision Center, it is a month that the Leadership Council of the New Vision Center actually puts aside and dedicates to connect with our beloved community, to find out and to support the community in what is it that you would be willing and able to pledge financially for the next year, so the leadership of the New Vision Center can make informed decisions. And so this entire month, we are working very closely with everyone. There's budgets, things of that nature. But what I wanted to bring into the Sunday morning is really appreciation and gratitude for our Leadership Council. So I invite all of the members from the Leadership Council and our beloved treasurer to please rise so we can acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you. The rest are online, and they stood too, and they received the applause. So that was great. That worked out perfect. So our theme this month then is the awareness of being one with the abundant universe. We know to various degrees that we live in an abundant universe. That is the truth of every person. And so it then just depends, and that is not a just, because that takes work. It depends on how open, how willing, how able am I to open my entire being to be so clearly in alignment with the abundance that it shows up in my life. And that is what we're going to talk about the whole month. And we're starting off today with one of my favorite spiritual practices, and that's gratitude. Next week, Reverend Karen Russo will be here, and she will be speaking through courage, the doorway of courage to oneness. And then Reverend Leslie will have 2 weeks in a row, and she'll be speaking on generosity and love. And then we'll wrap it all up at the last day of the month, which is our stewardship Sunday, where we have a ritual, and it's going to be fabulous. And it's going to be, how can I place myself into this alignment with that which is already there and has been given through stewardship. So that is the ride we are going to be on this week. Sounds exciting, this whole month. Does it sound exciting to you? Sounds exciting to me. Yes. And today we have gratitude. I'm so grateful. I love all the words and the songs that we sing. And I love when I am aware that I made this movement from a transactional relationship with gratitude to that of an atmosphere of gratitude. And let me expand on that a little bit. We all know the transactional gratitude, right? Ooh, there's the new car. Thank you. There's the new boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. Thank you. Right? There's a new job. I'm grateful. That is transactional, right? Something good happens and we feel gratitude. And there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that is where we have to start. We have to start discovering, how do I experience gratitude when something good is happening? Because you're not going to believe this, but there are some people and some instances, and sometimes it's even me, that something good happens, somebody pays me a compliment, and I say, no, that's nothing. That was a great talk. No, nothing. Does it ever happen to you? Something good happened, and God darn it, we don't even experience that fundamental gratitude of saying Thank you. Thank you. Yesterday morning, I am deeply, deeply in books and reading stories of gratitude. And I get a text on WhatsApp. Many of you know my family mostly lives in Europe. And so I got a text on WhatsApp from my mother, who's 83 years old. I mean, right there. Isn't that amazing? She is texting on WhatsApp. I love that. Right now, she is in Turkey on vacation with her husband of 5 years. They are newlyweds. And she is healthy enough to travel. They have the means to travel. Everything is just amazing. They made it through this pandemic healthy. So she sends this text. She says, "Oh, only 2 more days and this vacation is over." Feel into that. And how often have we been in that place? That instead of seeing the good that is right there before us, or being interested and curious to look for the good, we focus on something negative about it. But within 1 minute, my youngest daughter came through, and she says, "Oh, Amma, enjoy those last 2 days." And I was like, yes, she got the teaching. Those are the moments, right, when our kids are living it out. Made me so happy. Gratitude. I have never met anybody who said, "Yeah, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. No, it doesn't work for me." Forgiveness, on the other hand, when we talk about the spiritual practice of forgiveness, we often get that, right, Reverend Leslie? I heard her laughing. But gratitude, everybody's like, yeah, gratitude is good. There has to be something more than that casual relationship that we have with gratitude. Because gratitude, beloveds, has the potential to change our lives. There is scientific evidence everywhere. Gratitude, really feeling grateful, heals, calms our nervous system, helps with stress, has incredible benefits. And so today we're going to look at how can we deepen our relationship with gratitude. And one of the beloveds that I've studied this week is this young man. And here is what he says. 100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and my outer life are based on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and I'm still receiving. 100 times a day. Now, who was this beloved? Yay! Einstein. We are more familiar with that picture of him, right? But it was Albert Einstein who gave us so many wonderful, amazing truths and lived a life of gratitude. 100 times a day. I am going to continue to do that. I started when I found that quote. Those of you who receive our newsletter read it probably in the newsletter. 100 times a day. You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember that video of 3-year-old Jessica who's in front of the mirror and she goes like, "I'm grateful for my mommy, I'm grateful for my daddy, I'm grateful for my hair, I'm grateful for my dress, I'm grateful for Sunday," and she just keeps going. She had 25 things she was grateful for in a minute and a half. I think we can find 100 things we can be grateful for. Yes? I want to do this. Let's do this together. Let's find a way how we can help each other remember. Gratitude, just like the reading said, has nothing to do with what happens. I'll take that back. It helps. When something good happens, it helps us to feel gratitude. But wouldn't it be amazing to cultivate our hearts, the atmosphere in our hearts, that whatever happens, we feel grateful? Yeah. Albert Einstein, baby Jessica, all such wonderful, wonderful teachers. The other thing that it made me think about is, can we be grateful for something that hasn't even happened yet? Oh, I heard a couple yeses. Yes. I think that is really the ultimate sign that it is not transactional, that we don't wait for something to happen, but we can stand right here on a Sunday morning at 10:30, and we can be grateful for something that hasn't even happened yet. Take a moment, feel into something. See what rises up. What can I be grateful for that hasn't even happened yet? And feel what it does to your body. I think if we become still, we can feel an opening of our heart. We can feel that all of the circulatory systems are just calming down a little bit. It is the ultimate acceptance. This idea that we pray and use in our spiritual mind treatment all the time, right? We say, God is all there is. That is the first step. Well, if God is all there is, and if I am one with it, then whatever happens is God. Is at the very center, has the pattern of perfection that is the divine. And when I can get out of the way with my limiting ideas of how this day is supposed to show up, I can actually open myself up and receive the good that is there for me. Gratitude prepares us to see all the good that we can then be grateful for, by being grateful before it even happens. Diane Harmony says it this way: being thankful for what will be before we actually experience it grants us the consciousness to receive that which we desire. In a couple of weeks, I think it's in 2 weeks, we have the 5 Gifts for an Abundant Life class starting, that Diane Harmony actually wrote, and she wrote a book that goes with that. And you will not be surprised to hear that the very first gift that we are going to receive and continue to give is gratitude. It's gratitude. We're going to practice it in 100 ways, I promise. So we talked about gratitude as a transactional experience, and we really want to turn up the volume, pump up the volume on that one. And things that haven't even happened, can we be grateful for that? But how about when things go not our way? And of course, we are 20 minutes into my talk, and there hasn't been a Zen story, so we're going to fix that right now. It is the story of a Zen teacher who's a woman who traveled on a pilgrimage. And she comes to a village that has very traditional Buddhists are living here, and she is looking for shelter. So she knocks on the first door, and they refuse. They say, no, there's no space for you here. She knocks on the next door and the next door, and everywhere she receives the same answer, because then Zen represents really a change, a spiritual fire in that tradition. And so people were not willing to take her in. She was elderly, she was hungry, and she was tired. And she realized, I won't find shelter here. So she turned away into the open landscape and made her home for the night underneath a cherry tree. In the middle of the night, she wakes up from the cold. And as she wakes up, she sees the cherry blossoms opening and laughing with a misty moon. Now, I don't even know what that means, but it's beautiful. And she feels gratitude bubbling up with her, and she turns immediately to the village that rejected her and sent gratitude. Because she realized, had they not rejected her, she would have spent the night in a regular bed with a roof over her head, and she would have missed this blessing. She would have missed this opportunity in a lifetime to watch the cherry blossoms open. That is a level of gratitude I want to cultivate. I want all of us to cultivate. How can we take those things that are not going according to Karen's plan and be grateful? And not think, okay, if I'm grateful, then it's going to shift and it's going to really go my way. But really be grateful. Cultivating that experience in our hearts. That brings us to tears of awe for life itself. Because in all of our lives, there are 100 things to be grateful for. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, says it this way: every business, every place, every person, everything has a certain mental atmosphere of its own. This atmosphere decides what it is to be drawn to it. Let our mental atmosphere be one of gratitude, so that we can draw to ourselves more and more things to be grateful for. In a few minutes, we are going to hear one of those wonderful chants by Karen Drucker, sung by beautiful Bobby, that walks us through a gratitude practice. And I thought, let's do it together. And let's take a few minutes and walk through it and allow something that you are grateful for in this particular realm. And when you connect with it, I just invite you to have your hand rise up, and then we know to go on. Are you willing to do that? Oh, no? Okay. Well, never mind. Are you willing to do that? Oh, there you are. There you are. All right. So here is how the song starts. Gratitude before me. So allow something to rise up in your consciousness that has not yet happened, that lies before you. A gathering with people, a business meeting, a connection, whatever it is, something that hasn't happened, and allow your entire being feel gratitude for it. And when you're connecting with the feeling, just allow your hand to rise so we know we can go forward. Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind me. Allow something to rise up that has completed, perhaps a relationship, or a job, or a dream, or an idea. Something that has completed. And see if you can find gratitude within you for it. And when you connect with that feeling of gratitude, again, just allow a hand to rise up. Yeah. Gratitude to the left of me. Well, that's easy. There's the wonderful band. But see what you connect with that is to the left of you, either here in the sanctuary or at home. Perhaps your eyes fall on a picture of a beloved, or whatever it is. Gratefulness to have a home. Gratefulness to be here in the sanctuary together. It matters not. What matters is that feeling tone, that opening of the heart. And when you feel it, allow your hand to rise up. Gratitude to the right of me. Same thing. Look at the beloveds. Flowers. New paint, carpet, joy, whatever it is. And when you connected, let us know. Beautiful. Gratitude above me. I had to sing it. Yes, gratitude above me. Oh, grateful for life itself. Allow your entire being to be filled with the awareness of the goodness that is life, this gift that is given to us every moment. Gratitude below me. Mother Earth, giving her gifts. Perhaps we think about the last meal we ate, walking barefoot in the grass, sitting underneath a tree. Just allow yourself a moment to feel connected to Mother Earth. And then bring it all into your heart space. Place your hands on your heart. Gratitude within me. How grateful I am to have made the choice to be here. To recognize that it is a choice to feel gratitude at every moment. And gratitude all around me. Beloveds everywhere. Thank you for being willing to do that. So now whenever you sing that song, whenever you hear it, let it be a reminder that there's so much more to experience and explore with gratitude as a spiritual practice. I am so grateful we are on this journey together. And now we are going to slip right into a prayer, because that is what we do so much, our form of affirmative prayer. And I invite all of the abundance of ministers and practitioners of the science of mind to please rise and stand with me as we anchor all of this in prayer. As we take a moment and become aware of the goodness of life. That there's truly only one. There's one power, one presence, one activity. It is the eternal loving kindness of sweet spirit pouring itself over us at every moment. And as we recognize this truth, we consciously step into it and become one with it because we already are. It has its being in us and we have our being in it. Love, peace, harmony, joy, abundance, prosperity. And it is from this place of deep knowingness that I speak a word of blessing for all of the prayer requests that have come in to our ministry of prayers and to all of the prayer requests that are continuing to make their way. For I know that we can meet one another in that place of the Most High, in the place where we know that there is truly just one of us. And we can heal, and we can comfort, and we can be present to one another in that space. And so I realize there's nothing more to do. There's nothing more to say. And as we allow this space, we feel gratitude just bubbling up naturally from deep within. Thank you, life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so we place this word into universal law, the law that always says yes. Yes, my beloveds, it is already done. We call it good. We let it be. And so it is.